If you find yourself constantly feeling down, you could be one of the many people who experience depression. Depression affects almost 1 in 6 people at some point in their lives. We become depressed when we have unrealistic expectations and our reality doesn't live up to these expectations. Whenever you have a fantasy about how you think your life should be, instead of being grateful for how it is, you split yourself in two. The fantasy appears to be more positive than negative, and as a result, you compare your reality to it. You then become sad and depressed whenever you perceive that your life doesn't match the unrealistic ideal in your mind. Depression symptoms can vary, but it always results in living in a negative state. Feeling hopeless or a lack of energy and interest in things that used to bring you happiness are common signs. Some people also experience restlessness or constant negative thought patterns. Keep in mind that your symptoms don't have to be like anyone else's to qualify you as depressed. There are several common triggers that are often the cause of depression. Feelings of loss, less than, and never going to happen are the major reasons that most people dip into depression. Loss can result from a loved one dying or losing a job. Feelings of less than can be triggered by comparing yourself to others you view as having more than you, and never occurs when you start believing that your goals and dreams are completely out of reach. Once you understand what's behind it, you can begin dealing with depression in a more productive way. Depression is an emotional state. Just like any other emotion, depression is an emotional pattern we run and experience again and again. Ask yourself this question: if I cut myself in half, would I find a production label that says "person with depression"? Yes or no? The first thing to understand is that depression is not you. It's just a pattern that you have conditioned yourself to run again and again. When you can understand that this depression is not who you are, then you will be able to disassociate from the emotion and be able to change it. Next, understand that you can change and that millions of people have been able to overcome depression before you. It's possible, it's a fact. Accept it and start believing it. If they can do it, then you can too, 1000%. Step 1. Identify what specifically you're depressed about. In other words, what do you think your life should be? Or what do you think you should have or experience that would make your life somehow better? For example, you may wish you had more money, a relationship, a better body, or lifestyle. Whatever it is, write it down. Step 2. Imagine for a moment that your life is actually the way you think it should be. Now ask yourself, if it was that way, what would be the disadvantages? You will need to find 50 disadvantages to this fantasy that you are comparing your life to. Write them down. Step 3. Now ask yourself, what are the advantages to you of the way your life is right now as it is? Again, you will need to find 50 advantages. Write them down. Repeat step 2 and step 3 as many times as it takes until you feel a click and your heart opens with gratitude as you realize the perfection of your life the way it is. When you bring down the fantasy with the disadvantages and you bring up your reality with the advantages, you bring your mind into balance. You dissolve your feelings of depression and replace them with deep appreciation and gratitude for life as it is. Your mind-body connection is a huge determiner for whether you live in a peak state or a negative one. Tony Robbins says you don't get depressed, you do depressed. When you change your actions, your mood often follows. Here are 7 tips for dealing with depression that you can start doing today. Many of us have formed limiting beliefs that negatively affect how we think. Loss and traumatic events can create limiting beliefs that cause people to believe they can never be happy again, or that we don't deserve happiness. It's important to address these negative beliefs and understand where they come from, so you can start changing them. Whether your beliefs come from your environment, past results, or traumatic event, you can start knocking down the walls of these beliefs and changing them to empowering ones. So go ahead and identify your limiting beliefs. Challenge them by questioning them, making fun of them, and arguing with them. Then create positive turnaround statements, new statements that are the opposite of the original limiting beliefs, and let these empowering beliefs become part of your mindset forever. Transforming your vocabulary is another way to change your state of being. The biochemical effect of feeling devastated or crushed is much more negative than disappointed. Remember, the words we attach to our experiences become our experiences. Your words matter, both the words you say out loud and the way you speak to yourself internally. When you change your words, you can literally change your life and effectively deal with depression. Change your body and you change your mood. Being mindful of your body and making adjustments to how you carry yourself is one of the best tips for how to deal with depression. Changing your body includes adopting power poses like lifting your chest. Stand up normally. Now lift your chest just a little higher. There is a point where you will start to feel powerful and confident. Now exhale until your chest lowers and you notice that you start to round your back. Can you feel the difference? You can play with lifting your chest and ribs even higher, but hold the position for a few moments. See what happens to your mood. Feeling more confident and in control? It just took a few physical adjustments in how you held your body to discover a powerful method for dealing with depression. Exercise is one of the best ways to deal with depression. Studies have found that exercise may even be as effective as medication for some people, and its results are long-lasting. It's the perfect example of mind-body connection. When you get your body moving, your brain releases feel-good endorphins that changes chemistry, creating a positive feedback loop and improving your mood. Find a form of exercise you like, walking the dog, weightlifting, yoga, hiking, and you are much more likely to stick to it. One study even found that just being in nature can help those dealing with depression. Start making a positive feedback loop with exercise, and you can begin to take charge of your emotions. When you are depressed, it's tempting to skip meals and choose sweet or processed foods that are easy to make. But these foods are acidic and can trigger inflammation in the body, which may be one risk factor for depression. A wholesome alkaline diet with lots of leafy green vegetables, citrus fruits, and healthy fats from foods like nuts, olive oil, and avocados is one of the top ways to deal with depression by bringing balance to the body. Depression often takes away structure in people's lives, especially due to lack of energy. Establishing an empowering routine that you enjoy is important to regain that structure when dealing with depression. Routines create stability and certainty in your life, even when the world looks bleak. Empowering rituals can also reduce stress, which is a factor in depression. When you are stressed, your body releases cortisol, the hormone that causes fight or flight. And too much cortisol over the long term can cause depression. A daily meditation practice or yoga routine, for example, can be excellent ways to deal with depression by reducing stress and quieting negative voices in your head. You will improve your energy and confidence just by setting and achieving goals. Include your new exercise routine and healthy eating habits in your goals. If a task seems too large, break it down into even smaller steps. Sometimes the first step can be just getting out of bed. Take your day step by step and you will realize how much you can accomplish when you put your mind to it. Depression can make everything in life seem more difficult. Just remember that there can't be any changes without belief and action. Today is the day you can begin to incorporate all of these methods and tips so that you can overcome depression and finally enjoy your life. or you can continue to let the depression keep you sad, hopeless, and not happy. Choice is yours. My friends, thank you for watching this video. What's the most valuable thing that you have learned from this video? Comment below. And make sure you subscribe now, because this channel is all about how to remove what's holding you back and achieve a breakthrough in life. If you want to know more about how to overcome depression, then go ahead and check my recommended reading list. It's in the description below this video, because you will find there some amazing books that can help you get closer to your dreams and goals. Hey, I'm glad that you have found me. Let's get what we want in life. I'll speak with you in the next video.